Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel. I am a self-published author, which means that I write, market, and publish my books all by myself. Woman show over here. And here on this channel, I do both cash stuffing videos where I talk about budgeting as a self-employed person and what that looks like for me, as well as doing vlogs, which is what this is. And sometimes we're talking about the writing process, sometimes I'm organizing, sometimes I'm decorating, sometimes it's just a lot of different things. So today, I'm not sure what we're going to be doing yet, but let's go ahead and get into this vlog and we'll find out.
Sunny day. So I'll just float till the current slows. Was this by design? Am I just killing time until I'm getting carried away, riding on the back of a wave? So I let go, come what may. But all this time I'm hoping for a sunny day. Feeling stuck, waiting on help to come, but maybe I could swim, start to dry my skin till I'm getting carried away, riding on the back of a wave. So I let go, come what may. But all this time I'm hoping for a sunny day, getting carried away, riding on the back of a wave. So I let go, come what may. But all this time I'm hoping for a sunny day.
Today is Monday. So last week I left you guys on a really positive note. I felt really good Monday and Tuesday. I felt less positive the rest of the week. In part because my brother and sister-in-law visited, and so my nephew, who is almost a year old, was visiting for the first time ever. And the last time I saw him, he was a week old, so it was a very different experience. And we bonded a lot, and it didn't hit me until towards the end of the week, probably like Thursday, how much I missed him already. I knew I had missed him, but it hit really, really hard, hit me emotionally, because I'm not a mother yet, and it kind of just really played on those heartstrings. So it was like a duality of missing him, my brother and sister-in-law, and kind of mourning the fact that I have yet to have the experience of being a parent. So it's just like a whole big thing. So that was part of last week being a thing. And then also, as I mentioned last week, I'm working on my 10th book. Yay, 10 books that I will have published. Here are some of them right here. And so I finished my rough draft a couple weeks ago, and then what I did after that was I exported it onto my Kindle and was rereading it, or I guess reading it for the first time, taking notes on what I liked and didn't like, just to give myself a bird's eye view of how the story was flowing, where there were plot holes, what I needed to fix, because if you go right into like just editing chapter 1, which I've done before, what happens is I just keep re-editing and re-editing and re-editing and re-editing, because I'm not zooming out. So it helps me to zoom out first, get a bird's eye view of the story, and then zoom back in and like really finesse it. But first I need to see that bird's eye view to see if maybe there's a whole bunch of rearranging I need to do. Maybe there's cutting of characters I need to do that I won't see when I'm like in the weeds of it, you know? Which that process was going well. And then I kind of crashed on Wednesday and got very stressed. Had like a pretty big crying fit on Friday, just feeling very discouraged and frustrated. What I ended up doing was I didn't end up finishing reading the book because I realized that I was not at all satisfied with what I had written, and I was very frustrated about it. I was like, am I gonna have to rewrite this entire thing from scratch because I A, don't have the time, B, don't have the energy, and C, it just made me mad. So I was like, let's not do that, please. So I was feeling very frustrated and discouraged, and I ended up taking a Canva page and I made like bubbles on the page, one for each chapter, and I typed in that bubble any notes I had so far on that chapter, and then the parts of the book that I hadn't actually like read yet, I went through and like skim read them and just typed out a few sentences for each chapter in one of those bubbles so that I could see a really, really bird's eye view of chronologically what's happening in the story. I even made the bubbles different colors for each perspective, so like his perspective and her perspective, so I could see how often each one was talking. I did that, started that process on Wednesday. It took me all through Saturday night to actually finish it. It was a mess, honestly. It was very exhausting because I had to cut a lot, I had to rewrite a lot, or I am going to have to rewrite a lot, so I feel really good about the story that I have outlined now. So what I did, once I had the bubbles kind of like finalized the way I wanted them, I went through, so I have this is an A7 size binder. It's very, very, very small. Fits in a purse really well, which is part of the reason I like it so much. So this I can take on the go. And what I do is I have note cards in here that are hole punched to fit in here. And on the top, I write the characters' names. And so each character has a different color so that I can just at a glance know who's talking. And then they're numbered in order. So it's, 1, 2, 3, 4. I started writing these note cards when I was about halfway done doing that little Canva page. And then I had to kind of like do it as I went. So I would try and figure out the bubbles. And then once I felt like I had a few of them finalized, I would do more note cards and back and forth like that. And it took a long time because there was just lots of things about the plot that weren't quite adding up for me, and I wanted to make everything as smooth as I could for future Rachel, who was going to have to do this second draft. So it was a process, but at least we're done with that. And I started doing the revisions, so writing draft 2 today, writing draft 2, I'm not writing from scratch. I'm taking the old document and redoing whatever I would need to do. But I only did 2 sprints of that this morning, which sprints are 25-minute segments, so about an hour, because I was very distracted this morning because my income as a self-published author has been very inconsistent so far in 2025. 2024, I got a really big boost in my income once my trilogy, so I have an urban fantasy trilogy, and that trilogy, the last book in the trilogy came out in January of last year, and then somewhere between February and March, the first book in the series got to 50 reviews, which I made a post about this on Instagram, so you can look at that post if you want to, but basically, when a book hits 50 reviews on Amazon, Amazon starts marketing that book for the author, which is a really big deal because normally we're screaming into the void, hoping people notice us. But when Amazon is marketing your book for you, that means that it's suggested to people, which does a lot of things for our income, and we don't make a lot of money, guys. Like, very few of us are doing really well. So in order to really make this a financially sustainable career, you really need to like get momentum going, and one of those ways to do that is to get to 50 reviews. So if you don't review books, you should. If you read them on the Kindle app or on a Kindle, when you get to the end of the book, it will suggest for you to rate the book. You do not have to write a review that way. All you have to do is click the stars. There you go. No more excuses. Do it, guys. Do it. Help your favorite authors. I don't care who they are. It doesn't have to be me. Help them. They need you. I feel like that. You know that poster? You know what I'm talking about? Is that Uncle Sam, that poster? Anyway. Last year, my book hit 50 reviews, and that trilogy, like, it didn't, like, pop off and go, like, huge, but, did I just say pop off? It didn't, like, skyrocket, but it did do a lot better, and it made a huge difference for my income. And then things, like, kind of tapered off a little bit after summertime, like, around August or so, But they were pretty consistent. And then in January, it like took a dive, and I was like, what just happened? And then February took a big dive. March went back up a little bit. And then April was my lowest month in over a year. So I was just kind of spiraling this morning, so I didn't get a lot of writing done because I just kept focusing on the fact that my income was really low this month and feeling really discouraged and thinking, okay, I need to do lots of things as far as marketing and all the things, and all good and well. But then the verse that I read this morning in Psalms was, I taped it to my ceiling because that's what I'm doing. His, meaning my glory is great through your victory. Meaning that our glory is in God's victory, not in our victory, the world's victory, not in the world's definition of victory. It's not about things. It's not about recognition. It's not about money. It's not about popularity. It's about God's victory. And God's victory is in eternity and other people finding their way to Him, which He is the way to eternal life. And that gave me a little bit of a reality check that, okay, things are tight this month, which sucks. Cash stuffing's not going to be fun this month. But the goal is people. The goal is not myself. The goal is not stuff. Like, stuff isn't inherently bad. Wanting a farm and a homestead and a life for myself is not a bad thing at all. It's a good thing. But it cannot be my true north. It can be like a guiding factor, but it cannot be the thing that I use to, like, the metric I use to measure everything in my life against. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So that was a good, like, kind of check-in for me this morning, so I'm feeling a little bit better. Things are not where I want them to be. I do need to get back on top of marketing. I have not been on top of it for a very long time, partly depression, hey-o, and partly because I've just been slacking. So that's one of my big goals today, is to get as much marketing type things done as humanly possible. So I don't know how much I'll film today because I don't know that it'll be that interesting to watch. I still need to do my planner. I have not filled it out at all. I did finish editing last week's vlog this morning while I was on the treadmill. Finally. But I need to do the intro for the vlog, like a little trailer intro. And then I can get that posted. And then I want to go through and film just a bunch of Instagram content and schedule it like a month in advance, because we're going to be gone into Scotland pretty soon here, and I do not want to be dealing with it while I'm gone, and I really want to be posting like 4 days a week. I know it's not necessarily sustainable for everybody, and it may or may not have any impact, but it's just something I really would like to do right now because I feel like it would just be a good stretch for my emotional, intellectual muscles, I guess. Right now, it is 2:22. Hey, isn't that like good luck or something? I hope that's good luck. So right now, I think I'm actually just going to grab my phone and start recording content because I'm already facing the light and my desk is not messy yet. So I might as well do it now, and the light is good. This is why I also did my hair and makeup today. Then I can do the planner and see about everything else on my list because I have a lot of things on my list. Like a lot. Let's go ahead and do some content filming. Okay, it is now 3:34. Wow, it only took me an hour. I'm actually really proud. I now have 9 drafts in my reels, which is great. I saved all of them so that I can repost them to YouTube. Although now as I'm thinking that might be a little bit of a problem because the ones where like I'm miming the words to like, you know, phrases or things from like Abbott Elementary and stuff, like they're funny. But I'm like, I don't know how easy it's going to be to find that exact audio on Insta or YouTube Shorts. I wish YouTube and Instagram shorts and reels would like become friends so that it would be easier for content creators to share their media from place to place, you know, without it being complicated. That'd be great. I'm pretty glad though that I got 9 reels made. Yay. I think I only did 2 that had books. I did one for the next book in this series, but since it's not like out yet, I was like, hey, this book is coming, but if you can't wait, you should read the first one. My plan is to eventually update this so that when you have things like chapters like this, it'll be pretty. Like, I've drawn an illustration to go on it, and it's gonna be like really pretty. It's gonna be really pretty. And the map I have updated as well, and it will be much prettier, and the layout will be much nicer. So I'm like trying, and the back I'm gonna update too with like my picture and stuff, because I want to feel very professional and very classy. Neither here nor there. I haven't done my planner yet either. So what I'm gonna do right now, because I feel pretty proud that I got 9 reels done, I'm gonna stop doing reels for today though, and get ready again tomorrow and film some more tomorrow. I'm not going to schedule them until tomorrow after I film some more reels. I want to see how many I end up making tomorrow, and then I can stagger them. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and go grab some pizza because we have some leftovers in the house and I'm hungry. I'll sit down, do the planner. I will probably work on vlogs. I know I'm behind on writing because I only did 2 sprints this morning, but I really, really, really need to get on top of videos because I would like to spend some time this week pre-packing for Scotland and getting things organized so that I feel a little bit more prepared. Like, I'm still ahead of schedule, but it'll just make me feel better to feel organized. If you can't tell, it's my coping mechanism, organizing. Anyway, I'm gonna go get pizza and we're just gonna rock and roll and do what we can today. Good morning. So today is Tuesday. I kind of fell off the wagon yesterday with vlogging. It ended up being a bit of a mess. I started editing the planner video that I had filmed and realized that it was trash. Like, it was just trash. The footage was kind of shaky because I had put the camera, my camera stand right there, I had put it on the desk, and when I do that, every time I move, it shakes the camera, which makes it look terrible. And then I just kept babbling, and then I kept like flipping through pages that showed personal information without having like a sticky note over it. It was just a nightmare to edit, and it wasn't very good. And I got through like 20 minutes of footage, which took me like over an hour, at least hour and a half, and then realized I actually don't want to edit this and post this. So I'm actually just going to call it time of death on this one. And then started working on the cash check-in video that I had filmed. You want to guess how that went? The footage was in slow-mo. I should check. Is this in will this be in slow-mo? I'm gonna pause and check. Okay, the footage is good so far. That's the second time that's happened to me where the footage, even the raw footage, like playing it on the camera, is in slow-mo. No idea why. Doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, it was all, because it was like, there was no audio either. So, that ended up being trashed too. And it ended up just being kind of a weird day. I was really, really tired. The braid that I had, I love doing those, and I love doing like a party pony. They're so cute, but they give me headaches so badly, and I don't understand why. Maybe I need to wear them all the time, and then I won't get headaches anymore. I don't know. But anyway, so I did not film much yesterday because everything started to go downhill, and then I was feeling a little bit like a mess, and just emotionally checked out a little bit. So we're starting fresh today. I did 4 minutes of doing draft 2, which it went actually really well. And then I did the treadmill. One of the games that I had seen someone post about was called Tiny Glade, and it's only on PC. I was like, I'm gonna try it, and so I actually bought it this morning because I was pretty convinced I was gonna like it. It's like $15 and you can play it on a computer. And it's this really, really cute game where you genuinely just sit there and build like medieval like scenery. Like you can build like a cottage, you can build castles, you can build cities, and it's all medieval. It's very cutesy. It has like little sheep like flouncing around. You can put like different greenery and plants and things. Super cute. I only played it for about half an hour this morning, just trying to like figure out how to do it. Anyways, it's a long spiel. So I did that on the treadmill, and then I've been doing just a couple of days. I think this is my 3rd day of doing a workout routine. I haven't kind of worked out in at least a year, if not a year and a half, honestly. Like I've been walking, but that's it. And so I wanted to do like 20-minute like strength training type stuff, because as I'm doing DIY projects lately, I'm realizing how like weak I feel. It feels pathetic at 30 to be this weak. So I'm like, we gotta fix that, girl. So I did a stretching one this morning. I'll put the girl's YouTube handle somewhere on here because it was actually really lovely. It was very calming, but also challenging, which I really liked, because a lot of the ones that I've done before are very intense and very fast, and they get really mad at you, and it's not my vibe. So anyway, that was really nice. And then I feel like my day went away from me. Like it's past 3 o'clock now, but I was productive. I wrote, I did the treadmill, I worked out, I made breakfast, I got ready, I walked the dogs. So let's talk about what we're gonna do today. And actually I'm gonna like show you guys my planner while I tell you, because since I didn't film the planning video, I wanted to show you guys my planner setup really quickly. I'm not gonna take a long time doing it. I'm gonna keep it under 5 minutes, watch me. So here's my planner binder. This is from the Aesthetic Dollar. Okay, and this is how I set it up. All of this came with the planner. No, this is mine. This is actually a thank you card from my shop. And then this is from the Tortured Poets department. It came with the Black Dog CD. And so I just thought the pop of gold was nice. And then these little cards came with this binder like as freebies. Emily, if you ever see this, please sell like cards like this, because I need more for my planners. Like to have little cute cards in my setup. I need more of them. Like all the dashboards she has, I wish she would sell them as like little cards, and like little cards like this that have phrases on them. Love it. Planner itself are from Crossbow Planners, which I found on Etsy. I didn't know that they sold A6 size planners. So this is an A6 size. So this planner is like the size of my hand. It's very small. This will fit into like, if you have like a tote bag that you carry around, anything like, not a tiny purse, but like a medium-sized purse, this will fit. I went to her website to buy it because it's cheaper that way. And I got the planner itself with these little monthly dividers as a set. So this is what it looks like. It comes with this little 2025 dashboard, then the yearly plan, and then it has important dates both for the UK and the US. And then it has a yearly overview. I think I'm going to use this page for like social media. By social media, I mean YouTube, Instagram, newsletter, website, basically all like online communication platforms. I think I'm going to use this to like track that. Has a life in review section, a bucket list, and then it has yearly goals. So I like to have 3. One is a YouTube like social media goal. One is a book related goal, like how much money I want to make. And then one is a like mental well-being goal. So what I did is I decided every day I'm going to rate myself on a scale of 1 to 4 in 4 different categories: self-care, joy, accomplishment, and energy. The goal is to have an average weekly emotional rating of 12. So if I put like on a scale of 1 to 4, if I put a 3 every day in each category, then my average that week, if I added it all up and got the average, it would be 12. So the goal is to have at least an average rating of 12. So to basically be at like a upper middle mental emotional well-being. And then it has quarterly goals. And so I separated mine. Basically, these are projects or things that I think will help me achieve those 3 yearly goals. So I have some that are like self-care related, some that are YouTube related, some that are book related. And then it has a gift section. So for different months, you can write down gift ideas. And then it has a monthly tasks page where you can write down tasks that you do every month or bills that come up every month. And then mark off when you've, like if you've done that for that month of the year. And then we have monthly spread. So monthly spread has this month's intentions, which for May, I did rediscover Rachel socially, in business, in creating, in fun, and love her. And then top 3, I picked my top 3 goals, which is to get my current book halfway revised, consistently post to YouTube and Instagram, which we've been working on, and consistently do self-care, which I'm also working on. And then important tasks. And then there's also a habit tracker at the bottom, which is like really tiny but really helpful, where I put down a couple of different things that I want to see, like chronologically, you know, how frequently I do them and if they have an impact on like on my mood and stuff. And then after that page is the monthly spread, which I'm not going to show May because I have some personal stuff on there. There's a little check-in page where you write down your wins, your gratitude, things you want to work on, and things for next month. And I put one of those transparent page flags sticky notes here to write down my running to-do list. So this is all the things that I could come up with this week that need to get done. Maybe not necessarily even this week, but they just need to get done eventually at some time. And so this is just my running to-do list, and I don't make my list for that day until that morning, because who knows what that day is going to be like, what my mood's going to be like. So it's better to plan for the day itself, what it actually is, versus the day you want it to be. So I want to do 4 sprints today, which I've already done, but I don't want to write down 4 in case I do more sprints. I want to write down exactly how many I did. Exercise and the dogs, I did 3 sprints. Film, edit reels, I still need to do. I want to schedule the reels. I need to budget because I did get paid. I want to test out the outfits. And then I want to take the vlog that I posted last night and make a reel for it and post that on Instagram, so people who are on Instagram will be aware that I also post vlogs. And then I want to take all of those reels that I made for Instagram and see if I can transfer them into being YouTube shorts. So that's my planner, and that's the current plan. So I think right now what I'm going to do is, because the light is still good and I haven't done it yet and I need to get it done, I'm going to go ahead and do the reels thing and go through all the saved audio that I have and try and get like, I mean, I did 9 yesterday. Technically I did 8. I already had 1 set aside. So I had 9 together by the end of yesterday. I would like to do 8 to 9 more because I would like to have all of May just scheduled, which the goal is to post 4 times a week. So 4 times 4, what is 4 times 4? It's 12. Is it 12? No, 16. What is 4 times 4? It's 16. It's 16. Wow. That's fine. Oh yeah, that would be fine. If I did 9 today, we would be golden, and I would have a couple of extra that I could pop in there if I want to. So that's going to be the goal to get done right now, and then we'll just see what we tackle next. Can you tell who my favorite character of all time is? Favorite, all time. If you don't know, go watch Lost because you're missing out. Alright, let's film some stuff.
My thoughts make me tired, just running through my mind. Wonder if there's peace that I could find, instead of always being on the grind. I need a new purpose, I'm looking for so much more. Don't leave me here searching, you're just what I'm longing for. When times are getting crazy and everything seems hazy, is there some place for safety I can go?
Okay. What did I show you guys last? Oh, I did reels. So I got 16 reels filmed and edited. I don't have captions for like underneath the reel for any of them, and I didn't schedule any of them yet. It took me about an hour and a half. And then I ate some dinner and I watched Farmer Wants a Wife with my mom. And then, so I ordered this probably like a month ago now. If you guys follow Kaylee Dance on Instagram, she posts like funny reels that are like sometimes Swiftie related, sometimes about being emotional, lots of different stuff. She's great. And she posted about this one week, and I saw it and thought, ooh, I really want that. And so a family member, I mentioned it to them, and so they got it for me for my birthday as an early birthday gift. and it just came today. And it's a Hugs. So this is a weighted stuffed animal for anxiety, and you can put it in the microwave to warm it up, or you can put it in a bag in the freezer to get it cool. And it helps with inflammation if you're using the cool side, or like it cool it down, or it can help with like cramps during your period. Gives comfort and relief from anxiety and depression. And that's what this is. So I picked Scotty, the Highland cow. This is, for reference, this is how big he is. Like, very cute. Very heavy. Like, I opened it and I thought, dang, like my nephew is 11 months old. Like, this is like solid. I just put myself in the eye with this horn. This is like solid. He's so cute. I understand why you would want one. I think because of the weight, and it has like, I don't know what that's called. It's not memory foam. What is it called? It's almost like that bead kind of texture with the weighted areas. And it's like it conforms to you, almost like you're holding like a baby or something. It's very comforting. I really like it so far. And Marshall was so curious when I brought it outside to show him. The minute he saw it, was like sniffing and sniffing. Maybe he thought it was a mini him because they're both white and fluffy. I don't know. So anyway, I now have Scotty. He's so freaking cute. And I just love him so much. I'll put the website down below, hopefully, if I remember to. It's called Hugs, Hugz. So yeah. Daisy, what do you think of him? You probably think it's yours. It's not yours, but what do you think of him? No, you can't bite him. This is mommy's toy. I will not be leaving this outside with you. She's like, well, then I don't care. Here. Have a yellow cow. You can have the yellow cow. This is for you. You can't have Scotty, though, okay? No, you can't have Scotty. Okay. I'm gonna actually go in the house and work on my outfits for Scotland. So I wanted to show you guys. This is what I made on Canva. So I found images of different things. Some of them are items that I actually had purchased, and I just took the image and put it on here. Basically got a lot of the stuff off of Google Images, and then made a like collage of all the items I think I want to take with me. Then I made little outfit ideas. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go inside and try on all of the like things and make sure that I can make multiple outfits with them and take pictures. Because the idea is basically this is a capsule wardrobe where it's like, you know, you have t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, sweatshirts, like you have like a few different like items, and you only bring like 2 of each kind, and then you can flip-flop them around and make a lots of different combinations. That way you pack less clothes, but you get a lot of outfits out of it. That's the plan. I know this is overkill, but my anxiety for this trip is really high because I really want to have a good time, and I am notorious for overpacking and then still feeling like I've somehow underpacked, and I think it's because I'm not planning properly. So I think this will help. So I'm gonna go ahead and go inside and try this out for a little bit and see how I like it, and I'll let you guys know if it's successful.
Sometimes I just wanna disappear, running until I can feel you near. I need a new purpose, I'm looking for so much more. Don't leave me here searching, you're just what I'm longing for. When times are getting crazy and everything seems hazy, is there some place for safety I could go? Run away, run away, run away into your escape. Run away, run away, run away, you're never too far to run. Run away, run away, run away into your escape. Run away, run away, run away. Run away, run
talking to the bear? Was I talking to the bear? Good afternoon. So today is Wednesday. Daisy's heard me talking, that I was talking to her. Anyway, it is currently 2:48 p.m. As you guys saw, I did do 2 hours of riding this morning. I did the treadmill, I did a strength training workout, I walked the dogs, I made breakfast. I actually cooked an entire package of bacon. I usually cook it all at once and then put it in a bag and put it in the fridge, and then I use it throughout the week, and that usually lasts me a week and a half, 2 weeks to make my breakfast sandwiches. So I did that this morning, which takes a little bit longer because it's a lot of bacon to cook. And then made breakfast, got ready, did my Bible time, and now here we are. So today there's a lot of things I want to get done, so we're going to hop right in and see what we can accomplish. So right now we're going to go to the weekly spread and write down a couple of things. So today's priorities are, I did my 4 sprints. I also did 4 yesterday, which I should, professional. I did 4 yesterday as well. I did not budget yesterday, but I did schedule reels, and it did take me about 2 hours. So my 4 sprints on the book, which I already did, but we're not going to mark it in as far as how many task blocks yet in case I do more today. My exercising and walking the dogs. You might say, why are you even putting, these dots down for things you already did? And it's honestly for posterity and for trackability, for me to be able to look back and see, okay, on that day I did do that, on that day I did not do that. So it's helpful for me in planning for the future what I'm genuinely able to accomplish. So that's why. And then other things I want to do today. So I need to budget today. That's a big priority. And then tonight, so Wednesday nights, I play Fortnite with my brother. I'm not very good at it, but I enjoy it actually. So usually that takes up at least an hour, if not an hour and a half or 2, depending on the night, which is great. I'm not complaining, but it's just something to build into my day. Okay, I don't know how much time I'm going to have. I did test outfits yesterday for about an hour and a half. So I can write down that I did that. I think the other things I want to do, so I'm trying to figure out priority wise. The 2 big project things I'm thinking of right now is the book, updating my old books to look nicer on the inside and stuff, and I'm starting with my Ghost Only Haunts Your Favorite Vampires. So I need to complete that. I've already done my male characters chapter layout design. Now I need to do my female characters design, and I need to finish the map. Those are 2 big things right now. But it's a whole project because there's so many different steps. It's I have to draw the illustrations. I have to come up with chapter headings for each chapter because every chapter is going to have a title now. That links to a song that I think goes with that chapter because it's just what I want to do. And then I have to actually make headings for each chapter individually because it's a specific design. I can't just do it in my program that I use. I use Atticus, but you can't just do a custom design that is that you can just copy and paste on everything. You have to individually make every single heading on Canva, then download it, then upload it into Atticus for each individual chapter. It's a huge undertaking, and it can be really messy because sometimes it takes a while before you get the dimensions the way you want them to so that everything lines up perfectly. It's a thing. And then I have to do that, then I have to update the map, which even once I like the design of the map, it's going to take a minute for me to make sure that I like the format of the map within the book. Then I have to update my backlist, which is where you also buy this author also wrote these books. I have to do that. And then I have to design the back of the book where I have my picture and the about the book thing, because I'm changing that. Then after everything is done, I'll see how many pages there are and see if my cover designer can't send me an updated version of it that's thicker, because the spine needs to be thicker. So I'll have to ask them for that, and I don't know how well that's gonna work. I mean, because it's been a year since they designed it, so they might need me to send it back to them so they can whiten it for me. So anyway, that's a whole thing. And then the other thing that I need to do is I want to update my website, and I already have designed part of the web page that I want to make and everything, but it's just a big undertaking because it also means that I need to upload and create digital products like I've been telling people I would do. I've been saying that if you wanted to buy a digital download for savings challenges and different things like that, that I would make digital downloads so you could download them, make them yourself at home. And I haven't uploaded them yet. Like, I have them, but I don't know that they are, like, I need to double check and see how professional everything looks and make sure everything is perfect. So I'm like, okay, where do I want to put my energy today? I think what I'm going to do is I need to order just a couple more things for Scotland. Like, just things I've run out of that I know I'm going to need. I want to film the budgeting, just a reel, not like a YouTube video of it. I think I'm going to work on the website. I think I'm going to work on digital products specifically, I think is what I'm going to do. That's the plan. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead, turn around here, and get to work on budgeting, which is not going to be fun. Oh, okay. One of my friends just texted me, was like, hey, are we still doing a chat? And I'm like, no, tomorrow, not today. And then she texted a second text and was like, tomorrow. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it scared me to death. I'm like, no, we're not doing one today. Okay, anyway, so let's go ahead and get to work. Just get her done. So it is now 8:33. What did I do? I worked on the budget, which took me honestly a good long while. It was kind of stressful because, like I said, this month is one of my lowest months. So February and April, as far as like the actual months themselves, and then this month and then July will be pretty brutal because they were my lowest months so far this year. So anyway, that being said, it was a struggle to budget today because I was trying to budget for cash stuffing as well as Scotland, so it was just not very much fun. So it took me a while because I had to really reconfigure things, and when I'm cash stuffing, what I do is I usually will put my ideal amounts in pencil for that month, and then I'll add it all up, and it never, it's always more than I have. But then I can start going through and going, okay, what can I eliminate? What can I bring down? What can I, scrimp on? So that's usually my process, which works pretty well. And sometimes I'm sitting there thinking, this is more miserable than if I just didn't do this, if I didn't budget this extreme where every dollar has to go somewhere. But then at the same time, I also wouldn't be saving for things the way that I am. Like I'm saving for an air conditioner for this room. I'm saving for a new office chair because this one is super uncomfortable. I'm saving for my future homestead. I'm saving for the next Taylor Swift tour. I'm saving for my dogs. I'm saving for like specific things, and I wouldn't do that if I didn't have this process. And it forces you to be really honest about what you have and what you're doing and what you're spending, which, being honest, when somebody holds up a mirror to us, we usually don't like it very much, but it is beneficial. So as stressful as the process can sometimes be, it's 3,000% worth it. So I'm glad I got it done. I will go to the bank tomorrow and get the money out for cash stuffing. And then I made dinner, and then my brother and I played Fortnite. Neither one of us are amazing. Like, he's much, much better than I am. But he's not like a pro where he plays every day all the time, you know? But tonight, for whatever reason, they kept putting us at like a higher level. Like, they put you in the game with other people based on your ability level. And usually, like, we win occasionally, you know? And we died every single... Like, usually we can only play, like, maybe 3 or 4 rounds because we make it to the end of the game. Even if we don't win, we make it to the end of the game. But this time, we played like 7 rounds, 8 rounds, because they were so short because we kept dying like almost immediately. My brother kept going out to fight people that were better than him, and then he kept dying. And I was like, would you please stop? We both know I'm not capable of bringing you back to life. Don't do that. So anyway, but it was fun. We had a really good time. And I also did another writing sprint, which I did film that. So I did another writing sprint, which went really well. I think what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to do it right now. So I like doing my 2 hours in the morning. That's been really helpful to like just really get in and get it done. But as I was sitting here earlier planning with you guys, I was thinking to myself, I feel like I'm trying to fill my day with things. Like some days there's just a lot to get done. But then some days I feel like I'm trying to fill my day with things that aren't necessarily top priority, because I've already done the writing that morning, which instead of thinking of it that way, I would rather just add more sprints into the afternoon. Like that should be the point, is to get a head start by doing it in the morning, and then I can add on extra in the afternoon, which helps me get more done in a day. That's kind of more how I used to do things, but then with this depression, it's just really thrown me off my game. So I think I'm going to set an alarm for because I usually get out here by the time everything's said and done, I usually get out here between 2 and 3. So I think by that time, honestly, I should do another couple of sprints by 3:30. I should either do an alarm at 3:30 to do more sprints, or I should set an alarm for 6 to do more sprints. Maybe I'll set both and then we'll just test them out and see what I like. But now, after playing with my brother, because we played for quite a while, it was a really good time. I'm not complaining at all. I love that. I'm thinking, though, that I'm actually going to go lay down because I'm feeling very, very tired right now. And this is one of those moments where I am being reminded that I am still depressed. There's still a very deep pit of sadness for me to deal with. By the way, if you've ever looked over here and wondered in the last couple of videos what this is, it's a picture of Danielle Rose Russell, who plays Hope Michelson in Legacies, which is a spin-off of the Vampire Diaries, and it says, "Hope jumped in the pit and survived, so can you." And if you don't understand that reference, it's a reference to the storyline of the show, and it's a reference to depression, and depression is what my therapist and I call the pit. It's not just depression, it's icky feelings, heavy feelings in general, and when you don't deal with your feelings, they pool up into what we call the pit. And so depression is when you're just in the pit all the time. You're just stuck in the pit. You can't get out. It feels like it's never going to end. But processing feelings in life is you have to go down to the pit sometimes and empty it out by processing through your feelings instead of just letting them pile up in the pit. And then the pit stays shallower because you're constantly moving through it and cycling through your feelings and processing them. But I have a habit of avoidance. So I like to be busy and distracted, so I don't have to feel things. So I will usually do that instead of feeling the feelings. So I put that up there to remind myself that when I feel myself teetering on the edge of the pit, to not be afraid to just jump into the feelings and let myself process them. So one of the side effects of depression is exhaustion. And I forget sometimes that I am depressed until the exhaustion hits, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm still depressed. But then sometimes I think I treat depression almost like an illness, like you just have to like wait it out, and that's not the case. You'll stay sick forever if you don't actually do the things that help you get over your illness. So I need to, or get through your illness, so I need to actually process feelings and stuff. I might cry tonight, honestly. I don't feel sad right now, but I feel very tired, and so I think I'm going to go read a book before bed and call it a night. And the fact that I'm willing to do that tells me there might be something brewing in there that I haven't gotten to yet. That's a long spiel. I don't know if editing Rachel will keep that in there, because it might just be kind of annoying, but hopefully she doesn't, because somebody probably needs to hear that. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night, and I'm going to go feel my feelings and read a book. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I feel like this week, to a degree, I wanted to kind of just trash the vlog and call it quits after Monday, but then I thought, no, people need to see messy weeks, because I want to normalize messy weeks and messiness and not being okay, because it's very normal to not be okay all the time. So we're going to edit this vlog anyway. You hear me editing, Rachel? You will edit this and you will post it. I don't care if you feel embarrassed. You are going to post it, because people need to see what normalcy looks like, and that it's okay to not be okay. Also, this is past Rachel telling future Rachel, it's okay to not be okay. You are normal. You are fine. There's nothing wrong with you. And I love you. Heart hands. Love you. I'm going to call it a night, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still here, you're awesome. I appreciate you so much. So anyway, from me and Scotty and Daisy and Marshall, we are wishing you a great week, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye!